Well, that's more like it. Boom, we on there. Roscoe and Boppers, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We back. Who's that? Joshua Wood, what's happening? Yeah, you've been gone for a minute, man. Been gone for a minute. You've been gone so long, when you come back, dirty smoke joints. That's how long you been gone. You've been gone so long that I smoke joints, man. Nah, I just don't feel like going to the store. Stick about this hat though. Stick about this hat though. To go with the sweater. Bam, the dirty weather 916. Bam, with the hat. Bam. Told you I'm smoking joints. Joints. For real. Miss Lovely Brown Skin, how you doing? Lighter gang, Roscoe, man, you you done took that ladder to a whole nother level. Whole nother level. And I enjoy it. With this today video though, we're gonna talk about what is Pete's Kids. What is Pete's Kids? Yeah, I've been on Swisher leaves for a minute, man. You know, I've been on Swisher leaves since the summertime. Since the summertime. First time I seen one is in Atlanta. I was like, oh, and they cheaper in Atlanta too. It was a three-pack Swishers for like $1.49. $1.49. They three something out here. But I was telling the stores out here, man, get that Swisher leaf, man, you'll be ahead of the game. And what you know, the motherfuckers started popping up out here in the West. But they just got them out here. But I've been on them things. That's old news. But I will say this. I personally like the Swisher leaves. I do. I like them almost even better than backwoods because they don't be a lot of sticks and stems in the motherfuckers like they do in a backwood. But see, I'm smoking joints. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? The sweater you can purchase too. The sweater can be bought. Bam. It's a good look. Bam. Dirty weather. Yeah, you can hit me up. Cash App. Get your order in the mail. Get your order in the mail ASAP. And we're gonna talk about Pete's Kids today. I've never been a joint smoker except in high school. I'm lying. In prison too. You know, in prison we didn't have blunts. Yeah, they just dropped them in Utah. Huh. Imagine that. Summertime, but I seen him. I spotted him. In matter of fact, I can tell you exactly where I seen him. But in Atlanta, in Lovejoy. If you from Atlanta or know about Atlanta, I seen him in Lovejoy. Lovejoy first. Mosquitoes trying to get my neck in the daytime. Everybody say hi to Ebony. Everybody say hi to Ebony. Hey, Miss Lovely Brown Skin. We got two women in the channel. So I'm gonna let it get to like I'm gonna let it build a little bit, then we're gonna talk about Peace Kids. Right now I'm just enjoying my high. Where's my water bottle? There's still remnants laying around. Like my hat. There's three things we're gonna talk about. Three things we're gonna talk about. They got a proposition for California where, like right now, if you go into prison, you got a violent crime or you got violence in your past, you got to do 80% of your time. 80% of your time.
Are you alive?
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll this for me, please? I can't do it. My nails.
That is fire though.
It is. I just got it from Aunt Juanisha.
You sure?
What? Boy, come on now. You gonna question they weed? You can't question they shit.
Yeah.
Huh? What? I was gonna try to get dressed. I'm gonna try to play big. Is this a good weed?
I'm gonna ask. You asked too. Quit playing.
I just dropped some of it too. It's right here. I was trying to roll it, but these nails won't even roll it.
I'll touch it up for you.
Huh?
I'll touch it. So, now, no more joints. She came out with a leafasis. So, before we get into this third, we're gonna talk about Peace Kid. Notice I'm pacing myself, right? Cause it ain't a sprint. So we pacing today. Cause I ain't been on here in how long? I ain't been live in about 4 days. Y'all been too busy watching that. I've been busy watching that Teddy B video. What y'all think about that Teddy B video? What y'all think about that Teddy B video? That motherfucking video, right? I was looking at it. I was like, oh, this thing at like 400. And I was like, oh, this thing at like 1,000. I'm like, damn, this thing won't keep going. Next thing you know, I'm like, shit, Teddy B better call me in a minute. Because he gonna see. His numbers didn't went stupid. His numbers didn't went stupid. I think that video at like two. It's gonna be at 2,000 before the day is over. 2,000. The reason why that's a milestone for me. Out of all the interviews, out of all the interviews I done, that one right there, Teddy B, that's the one that done the best. So, so that's a milestone right there. Everything. So today, I'm going to meet up with Teddy B. So all of y'all that saw right now, I see it ain't a lot, but it doesn't matter. All of y'all that saw right now that have watched that Teddy B, what are some things that you hope that I would ask him? Because I'm going to see him today. Like I got other parts of the interview, but what would y'all ask? Busby. Man, I just smoked them. Look, I don't even smoke joints. I don't even smoke joints. But we calling it preservation. We smoke these. Thunners. We're gonna ask Teddy what's the first thing he ate when he got out. I got you. I'll ask him that. I know what I ate. I ate a motherfucking In and Out, double double with no bread, straight lettuce wrap, double double, protein style. So look, we ain't gonna waste no more time. This is what Pete Kids is. In the '90s, in the 1990s, Pete Wilson was our governor in California. Pete Wilson made laws, put in laws that made it so easy to lock up kids in the '90s and try them as an adult. Like in other places, they say half humane, man. He's 11 years old. Don't do that to that kid. Oh, he might have shot somebody, but still, don't try him as an adult. Pete Wilson was like, fuck that shit. He said, fuck that. If he's strong enough to pull the gun, he's strong enough to do the time. And what happened is Paulie Class, the dude when Paulie Glass was killed, they used the momentum from that murder to spearhead a lot of other laws that had nothing to do with polyclass or that type of crime that was committed. Like polyclass was raped and killed, unfortunately, but this person over here committed a robbery. They had nothing to do with nothing, no type of link. But because of Pete Wilson and the way he got down, man, they was combining all these crimes under one umbrella: violence. Matter of fact, matter of fact, not just violence, but crime. Come in, nigga, back. So all they had to say was violent, and they was striking you out. I'm pressing the words back. Okay, so I ain't doing that no more. Man, you done with him? So all they gotta say is violent, violent crime, and you struck. So what happens is we as kids in 1994, I was only 14 in 1994. So by the time I turned 17 and I'm coming into the system with a violent crime, next to you know I'm getting tried as an adult. And the juvenile hall maximum security units was packed. They was packed with kids being tried as an adult. So when you first pull up, like before you go to juvenile hall, man, we used to look down at the units at the other end of the hallway. Them was maximum security, like like J unit and H unit at the other end of the hallway. Them was like the big boys. Like you got some serious shit. Like people that was doing petty shit in juvenile hall, we did not want to go there. We did not want to go there. But by the time I made it there, I was 17 years old. Them motherfuckers was packed with kids getting tried as an adult. all victims of Pete Wilson because he changed the laws and made it easier to lock up kids. Kids that had nothing to do with no murders or nothing. All because of the polyclass spearhead and the war against crime. They didn't care who they steamrolled back then. They did not care. They would lock them up, build more prisons, lock them up, build more prisons. I'm gonna tell y'all something. California did not have the guts to change the laws. They knew what they did was wrong. They knew what they did was wrong. But California did not have the guts to change what the mistakes that they made. So I'm gonna get more specifically. I'm gonna get more specifically what a Pete's kid is. I had to do all of my time. I had to do all my time. So that made me a victim of Pete's because they changed the laws to where people that were kids were getting out. They were getting out. They were cutting their sentences through the juvenile law. But I didn't catch that break. I didn't catch that break, and there's a lot like me that had to do damn near 100% of their time.
Wow, where you was at?
100% of their time. And them is peace. Them is victims. We victims. We didn't get no help. So the ones that's in that time bracket that got locked up in like the mid and late 90s, they got out like 4, 5, 6 years ago, sometime around there. But we the victims because we didn't get no help. They just made us do all of our time. The laws changed after us, after we got out. So we ended up doing all of our time. And there's a lot of them like me. There's a lot of them like this. So I'm gonna go meet up with Teddy today. We're gonna get some more. We're gonna get some more interviews and content. Also, there's a law on the books that is regards to changing the crime, like it used to, like Pete Wilson. That's another Pete Wilson thing. It used to be 85% of your time. Then they changed it to like 80%. But then they changed it to some people, like leasing some laws and made it from 80 to 65. But the thing is, they got a law on the ballot that they about to vote, and it needs y'all help. It needs y'all help to change that to the 80% of your time to 60% and bring some brothers home. There's some brothers been in there for hella years for punk petty shit, punk petty crimes, not crimes against humanity, but crimes just that just involve feeding your babies. But something that like there's people in there for stuff. There's people still in there fighting 3 strikes for dope cases. These laws being changed will allow them to come home and be a family and have a chance to start their own businesses because there's a lot of entrepreneur businesses. Entrepreneur mind states in prison that once they get out, you're gonna see the difference that they make and the imprint that they make on the world, all because they haven't had that chance. It's a lot of greatness inside the walls. All we got to do is vote. Find the proposition is to reduce the prison credit rate. The prison. Matter of fact, when I come back on live, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it in your face so you can check it out. But it's for California voters only. California voters only. And if you got a loved one, encourage them to vote for the laws to reduce the prison sentence and get rid of enhancements. And get rid of enhancements. That's what it was. Juvenile enhancements. And so basically, if you have a loved one that's been gone since he was a kid, then that's what this is about. So when you get the chance, vote. Vote. Other than that, thank y'all for tuning in and watching that Fire Teddy B interview. Look forward for more content. For more content and less lives. More content and less lives, man. We gonna get these. I appreciate y'all that watched that though. Other than that, let me get back to work, man, and get y'all some more content, man. Get y'all some more content. All right, man. Dirty buddy.